Okay, so I'm just like sitting here minding my own business, and there was like a little thud that came up from out the other side of that door, which was odd. I'm the only person in the house today, and I noticed that moving side to side, the blind thing, and so is that one. Now, before anyone says anything, oh my god, I feel like it's moving faster as I'm recording. Before anyone says anything, the windows are closed. The little gaps at the top, which is like a little bit of an air vent, are closed. They've been closed for a while because it's been freezing here in Wales for the last week or so. There is no windows open in this place. There is no air coming from anywhere. And that's just moving on its own. That one seems to have stopped, but this one's still going. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if this is your first time here, then you know the score guys. Hit that subscribe button right now. So that video clip that I just showed you, that was taken a couple of weeks ago that I caught on camera. And it was basically the little blind things moving on their own. There was no windows open. We're in the middle of winter. It is flipping freezing. So guys, this is going to be a part 3 video of just a little bit of a paranormal update, because there's been spooky goings on in this house since we moved in back in September. So there is a part 1 and a part 2 which started off this little mini video series, so please make sure you check those out after you've watched this. So as usual, I've got my little list again because quite a few things have been happening over the last month and a half, I think was the last time I did a video. So yeah, starting off with the blind, with the video clip that I just showed you, the little dangly bit moving on its own. There was literally no wind in here. I was home alone, Peter was in the office. Of course these things always tend to happen when I'm home alone, but I managed to catch it on camera, and those blind things, they were moving on their own for quite a while. They just didn't want to stop. One seemed to be going a lot faster than the other one. Now if you remember in my last video, remember there was the incident where I woke up in the morning, opened the curtains, and the blinds had been pulled up at a perfect straight line. So whatever's in this house or comes into this house every so often, they like to play with the blinds for whatever reason. Of course, the usual things which I'm just going to add on, even though I included them in my last video, is noises coming from the kitchen. That hasn't stopped. We still hear clicks and pops, and almost as if like something's been, I don't know, like I've got a little glass of lemonade here, and it's almost like something in there is just like a glass is being picked up ever so slightly and then dropped on a table. That kind of sound, that happens a lot. It tends to happen a lot in the night. Not always the night, sometimes it's the middle of the afternoon and all the cats are in here. Oh, they're outside, and there's noises always coming from that bloody kitchen. So that hasn't stopped. Although a really spooky thing happened to Peter, not to me. One morning not so long ago, Peter went down to make coffee for both of us, and when he came back upstairs, he said he was a little bit creeped out because we have a bin where the lid is like one of those automatic things. So you put your hand over or your hand near it and the bin lid opens for a few seconds to put the rubbish in, and then it goes back down completely on its own. Now it ran out of batteries, or I think it's actually broken. Well, I thought it was broken because it hasn't worked for ages and it might need new batteries, I don't know, but it hasn't been working for 2 months, maybe more. Peter said while he's in there, nowhere near the bin lid did opened on its own and stayed open for quite a while, then went back down. And he came upstairs and he told me, and I was like, that bin lid hasn't worked for such a long time. How did it randomly just open? So poor Peter was a little bit creeped out on that occasion. Now, some new things that have been happening. So recently, well, I say recently, it's been about 5 weeks-ish. Last month anyway, we had new carpet put down in the bedroom, and when the men installed the carpet, they had to take the bedroom door off its hinges because the carpet was just a bit too high, so the door had to be trimmed. So me and Pete didn't have a trimmer. We've recently only just bought one and done the door, but for a couple of weeks our bedroom door has just been up against the wall, so we haven't had a door in the bedroom for a couple of weeks. So when we go to bed at night, obviously the door is open because there's no door there. But since the door hasn't been there have been a lot of noises that I've never heard before, coming from either the spare bedroom next door, the hallway, and on one occasion, the bathroom. Like, one example, there was like a noise that came from the spare bedroom at like in the middle of the night, about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, somewhere along those lines. And I'm lying in bed with my eyes closed, but I haven't fallen asleep yet. And I just hear like a bang, and it's quite a loud bang. It almost sounds like some sort of cupboard has been shook in the spare bedroom. I remember the first time I heard it, it really freaked me out. Now, Peter falls asleep like that. Not even 2 minutes, he's out, and he's snoring. Takes me a lot longer to get to sleep, so I'm usually the one who's in bed for about a half hour to an hour, tossing and turning with my eyes closed. So it's me that hears any noises that goes on in that room, or the hallway, or the bathroom. For example, the bathroom noise. Now, normally I close the bathroom door upstairs. It's just around from our bedroom. But I think I must have left the door open on this occasion for whatever reason. I must have just forgotten. But a massive, like, sound came from the bathroom. I know exactly where it came from. And it sounded a little bit like this. Let me see if I can... So here's, like, my little e-cig. It sounded like this. Or, yeah. You know, something like that. Like a loud... in the dead of night, when it's completely silent. So when you hear a noise like that in the dead of night, it's loud. But I knew it came from the bathroom because it came from a different direction, but it also had that slight echo, which like kind of like a bathroom has. But the thing is, I hear these noises and I just lie there with my eyes closed. Sometimes I like have a little peek just in case, you never know if a burglar has come into my house. But I lay there and I close my eyes still, trying to fall asleep, and then I hear another noise, and sometimes it sounds like a footstep in the hallway. Now, this has probably always been happening, but because we've always had a bedroom door that's closed, I don't know, I've never heard them before, but since the door has been taken off its hinges, I hear everything now. Everything in that hallway is like creaks, footsteps, and bangs and pops. And it always seems to happen from midnight to about 1 o'clock in the morning. It seems to happen in an hour slot because it keeps me awake for the full hour. Now, on one occasion, I can remember there was noises coming from the spare bedroom, and there was like a noise coming from there like every 5 to 10 minutes because I was like resting my eyes. After like one bang, I'd be like freaked out, but I'd be like, right, get to sleep, get to sleep, get to sleep. As I'm nodding off, there'd be another noise and it would wake me up. And I remember there's been a few nights where I literally have not gone to sleep till about 3 in the morning because I've just been kept awake with noises and my brain goes into overdrive. I'm telling you now. Now, because Peter falls asleep before me, he never heard that, but it was either Friday or Saturday night on the weekend when Peter doesn't work. It was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't too long ago, and we went up to bed really late. It was like 11:30, I think, and we turned on the TV, and I think we put on a TV show that we had recorded but hadn't watched yet, so I stuck it on. So me and Peter stayed up. Of course, it was coming up to midnight. The show is an hour long, so it went past midnight. All of a sudden, right outside our bedroom doorway, because there's no door, there was a loud... And I looked at Peter and I said, "Did you just hear that?" And he went, "Yes." So yeah, it's really bizarre and it's very scary. But today, the other day, we bought one of those, like, those door shaver things. It's electric and it's about the size of my hand. And you press down and then you shave the door on one side. So I did that this morning. I've never done it before. Really proud of myself. I got the measurements right and the door is back up. And hopefully going forward, I should be getting a better night's sleep. When these noises were first happening, I was thinking to myself, am I overreacting? Am I overthinking things? But the fact that it kept continuing night after night, it's just not coincidental. There's like nobody awake. The neighbours aren't awake. They've got a little baby. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like I think I said in my last video, these walls are very soundproof. I don't hear their TV or nothing. I don't even hear their little baby because the baby's going to be crying sometimes and we don't hear nothing. So there's definitely some really spooky things that have progressed to upstairs because it seemed to be just the kitchen, then of course the blind in the living room, but that was pretty much it. But it seems to have moved to upstairs now for whatever reason, I don't know. Now our alarms went off again, and I've actually got a video clip of this. So if you're wearing headphones, guys, watching this video right now, I turn the volume down because the alarm is super loud. So please, like, adjust your volume right now. But yeah, our fire alarms went off again, but it wasn't just our fire alarms. It was our fire alarm and our, the alarm that, carbon monoxide alarm. Like, everything was going off, every single alarm, and that has never happened before. It's usually just been the fire alarm. It was all of them, literally. Take a look at this clip. What the frick is going on? Oh. That's okay, baby. My God. There were 3 going off then, isn't there?
There was the upstairs, downstairs, kitchen monoxide.
The monoxide was going off?
Yeah, all of them were going off.
What the hell?
Oh my God, my head is spitting.
So yeah, as you can see, me and Pete were like really confused as usual, and whenever the alarms go off, it always seems to happen super early in the morning, and there's just no reason for it. There's literally no reason for it at all. Now, probably the most scariest story that I'm going to be talking about now in this video is, is this story. I'll start. So Peter got it into his head to download some app. Okay, you know, like an app from Android or iStore, whatever it is, whatever phone you have. He downloaded some ghost app, and he decided to go upstairs on his own, playing with it, and he freaked himself out. Now, when he came downstairs, he was terrified, but I kind of laughed. I said, look, it's an app. It's not real. I don't know. With me and apps, I don't think there is an app that could contact a ghost. I mean, I do believe in EVP, voice recording, to communicate with ghosts. I believe in a lot of things, but I'm not usually somebody who believes in an app that anyone can make that you can download on Play Store. So I found it quite funny, but the curiosity got the better of me, and I do believe the app that Peter downloaded, I can't remember what it was some silly thing, but I thought it was just, a silly thing. But I googled, and I think somebody left a comment on one of my videos and about a certain app, and I looked into it, and I think it's called Spirit Box. And I looked at all the reviews, and it's got really good reviews. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. I'll have an open mind on this. So I downloaded it, and my God, I absolutely shit myself with this app. So basically, with Spirit Box, I can't show you it because I'm actually recording on my phone right now, but I'll get some photos and stick it up here somewhere. But yeah, it's an app called Spirit Box, and when you download it, you press like a button, and it starts you hear loud static. So it's like it's trying to listen out for things that you wouldn't normally be able to hear. So it's very much like EVP. And we did it in this very room. It was quite late in the evening because I can remember the 3 cats that sleep in the kitchen were in there, and the kitten was in here with us, just the kitten, who is there right now. And then every so often, very faint voice came through on this loud static thing, and I could not understand what was being said. That it was really weird, but then a voice came through a bit clearer, but I realised they were speaking in a different language, so that's why I probably couldn't understand what was being said. But every time a voice came through on this app, my baby Jacko here, he got freaked out. Like, whenever a voice came through, he started going weird, and he sort of say he was sitting here now, he jumped down and you went over, like, just to look at the wall, like, in the living room, and we're just like this. But he only did it whenever a voice came through. Then he just kind of like went like, oh, okay, and kind of sort of like walked around a little bit. But every time a voice came through, he'd go back and stare at a wall and look up at something. So that freaked me out. We stopped doing it because there was two different voices. One was in a different language, which I think was a man, and the other voice that came through, I don't think it was anybody speaking, but it sounded like maybe like a woman singing. It made me think that maybe a woman was in the kitchen singing, making dinner. It was like that kind of thing, but it felt like it was coming from the distance. It weren't coming through clear. Again, freaked me out. So we stopped, and then we went upstairs to the bedroom, and I decided to try it one more time, but in our bedroom. This is the thing that terrified me the most, because when we did it in the bedroom, oh my god, a voice came through from a guy, very clear, and he said, I was only 17 when I died. Not gonna joke, guys, when that came through loud and clear, my eyes started to water. Like, literally just thinking about it now, I'm that close to my eyes watering because I was that scared. And I stopped it straight away and I said to Peter, I'm never, ever using that app in this house. If I'm not in this house and I'm somewhere else or outside or in somebody else's house, I'm fine. Not where it's meant to be feeling safe. That literally, it scared the crap out of me. And it was the way the voice came through. He said it like quite fast, but I heard it so clear, and so did Peter. But yeah, a guy's voice came through saying, I was only 17 when I died. It was so monotone as well, and I think because as well, when the voice comes through, you can still hear the static in the background that's being played, and it's kind of like, so again, you know, this app may be a load of nonsense, but I don't know, it seemed quite genuine. The reviews are amazing. I know there's a lot of silly apps out there, which is why I'm quite skeptical of them, but this felt like I was doing a real EVP thing, which I know a lot of ghost hunters use to communicate with ghosts. So I haven't used that app since. I've still got it on my phone, which probably means I am gonna try it again when I feel ready, because the next time I use it, because it's on my phone, I do have a separate professional camera that we're going to dig out, and we're going to record with that camera what we pick up, because I honestly wish we had caught that on camera, even though it would have freaked me out. And if I had caught it on camera, I would have had to have put it into this video, and even that would have freaked me out because I would have kept hearing it. So I really would have loved for you guys to experience how scary that genuinely was. So yeah, we are going to do it again, but I think we're going to wait till after Christmas, because Christmas is meant to be a really fun and happy time, and I don't want to be freaked out. But yeah, after Christmas, I think Peter's got like a week off work, so we might do a little bit of ghost hunting. I'm going to do it in the day this time, though. I'm not doing it in the night, not a chance. But yeah, that was the scariest, spookiest thing that happened. But other than that, that's all I have for you today, guys. I really wanted to make this video before Christmas because for weeks I've been getting messages about a paranormal update. Obviously, with Christmas coming, I've been super busy. I've had like 1,000,001 event to go to. I've had Christmas shopping. Haven't even wrapped the presents yet. I'm going to be doing that tonight. And life is just crazy in December, don't you think, guys? But let me know what you thought about this video, and let me know your take on Spirit Box, the app. Have you guys heard of it? Have you guys used it? Do you guys have any stories using it? Let me know. All your comments in the comments box below. Okay then, guys, well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all for watching. Have a lovely Christmas, and I will probably see you again with a part 4 with that video of the Spirit Box. See you soon, guys.